Piers was in one of the cageways. He had the banner spread out on the ground and was scrubbing it with a bristle brush to remove some of the dirt and soot. 2 other troopers, one male, one female, both as filthy as Piers, were sitting with him, using needles and threads from their uniform kits to sew up the shot holes. "What's your name?" Harry asked. Piers, on his hands and knees, looked up at Harry with a pained expression. "Oh, you could help," he said. "What's Ollie short for?" Harry asked. "Why, boy?" "I'm writing your story," said Harry. "I wanted to get your name right." "I don't have a story," Piers rumbled, and went back to scrubbing. "I have stories, plural. Many fine stories, but not a story. I'm a complicated man. I will not be reduced or abbreviated." "Except to Ollie." "Shut your old clever clogs." "Is it Oliver?" "Pick up a brush, boy." "Is it Elias?" "Oh, give me strength." "Is it Olaf?" "Is it?" asked the man working nearby, laughing. "Is it Olaf?" "Shut your bloody noise, Pash, and stop encouraging him," Piers snapped over his shoulder. The 2 troopers grinned at him. "Is it Oleander?" Piers sagged and sighed. He muttered something. "What was that?" asked Harry. "What did he say?" asked Grosse. "I said, if you must know," said Piers, "it's Oleneus." Grosse and Kavanagh burst out laughing.
Oh, my life,
giggled Grosse.
That's an old fart's name, a granddad's name.
"It was me granddaddy's, as it happens,"
Piers protested.
"An old family name. A good uplander name. You stop bloody laughing."
He looked up at Harry.
"You don't bloody write it down, boy."
"Why not?" Harry asked.
"Make a better one up,"
Piers said. He got to his feet.
"Something more heroic. I've never bloody liked it. No hero was ever called bloody Oleneus. Put something better." "Like?"
Piers hesitated.
"Olympos,"
he suggested.
"I'm definitely not putting that,"
said Harry.
"But it's proper heroic,"
Piers objected. "I'm putting Oleneus," said Harry.
"You little ballbag. Why does it matter so much?"
"Because there's got to be some truth in it," said Harry. "Something to balance out the bullshit and the lies, of which, let's be fair, there's plenty."
"Mithras. Dame Death, she weren't no bullshit,"
said Piers. "No one saw her," said Harry.
"I saw her,"
Piers snapped.
"I saw what she did,"
said Kavanagh. He looked at Harry.
"If you were there, like you claim you were, you must have too."
"I saw something I can't explain," Harry admitted.
"There you go,"
said Piers, as if that answered everything. "And I grasp it now," Harry said to him. Piers simmered down a bit. He studied Harry's face.
"Do you?"
he asked. "I do," said Harry. Piers nodded.
"Oh, good,"
he said.
"Good then."
With some effort, he got back down on his knees and began scrubbing the banner again.
"But tell it right, if you're telling it,"
he added.
"What I'm saying is, do it justice. Make a proper tale out of it, huh? It weren't no banner. It was the Emperor himself, in person. I stood before the Emperor on the battlefields of Terror to protect him, put myself in harm's way for his sake. And it wasn't no raving world-eater neither. Make it... say it was the great traitor himself, Big Bad Lupercal."
"I'm not putting that," said Harry.
"Why not?"
"No one would ever believe it," said Harry.
Then the old grenadier says, "They don't have to believe it. They just have to like it. It just has to be inspiring." The young man thinks about this, and then types some more on his slate. None of them can see me. Not even the old grenadier this time. Perhaps he is too preoccupied mending the banner, or perhaps he can only see me in the heat of things, when his adrenaline is pumping. Or perhaps he can only see me when it matters, when it's necessary. I don't know what force or power decides such things. If asked, I would say fortune, but I am no expert. And I have not made a study of these transmundane concepts. And no one will ask me. I believe the young man's efforts are worthwhile. I see now why the Lord Praetorian initiated the program and warranted the return of the Remembrancer Order. It has value, Though I am not sure this is quite how Rogal imagined it. The act of recording history produces a sense of a future. It is, perhaps, the most optimistic thing anyone can do. We will always need to know where we have come from. We will always need to know that we are going somewhere. I would have liked to talk to the young man. I have many stories to tell. So very many. But he is not even aware of me, and the custodian is not present to translate my hands. I had considered making the grenadier my proloquor, but it is clear he does not see me all the time, and besides, he does not know my thought marks. I sit in the corner of the cageway and watch them for a few more minutes. Zutomu has gone to the barrier wall, and I must join him. The enemy's rage grows worse. I have composed myself. I am centered and ready for what will follow. Of all the stories in my long life, I think it will be the very last. I get up and walk away. They do not notice me depart. They did not notice me arrive.